What's up guys, welcome to another video, it's me, ConjurusHex. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 new player tips and tricks for Path of Exile Settlers of Kalgor. Melee just got buffed, so guess what build I'm going? I'm doing a Ground Slam Slayer build courtesy of Karn. Link to the build in the description. Before I get started, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I got a lot of Path of Exile content coming up that I'm really excited to share. Tip number 1, pick the right build guide. This league, I'm doing a Ground Slam build, and if you want to do the same, you could follow along with Karn's Ground Slam Slayer guide, link in the description. But my tip really is a PSA. If you are a new player using a guide, make sure it has written notes that explain the build. When I was a new player, I'd sometimes just find a level 100 passive skill tree and call it a day. Big mistake. In order for a build guide to be good, it needs to address first, campaign progression, and second, how to craft gear. A really good one will have even more than that. Tip number 2, how to upgrade your weapon and regex. A good build guide will also include a strange string of characters that looks like this. This is called a regex code, or regular expression code. You can copy-paste this into the vendor search bar, and it will show all the socket color combinations that you will need for your build. For this melee axe build, here is a list of weapons that you should be using for each level throughout the campaign. Remember what I said about build guides? Yep, all that info is in there. I've gotten to Act 6 with pretty much trash gear as long as I was upgrading my weapon at these levels, sometimes even running a blue weapon. If you are desperate and only have a white weapon, you can use this vendor recipe. Take the white weapon, a blue or yellow rustic sash, and a blacksmith whetstone. This will give the weapon a flat buff to physical damage. I wouldn't do this early on though, wait till you get a wood splitter. Tip number 3, key passive nodes. This tip is for anyone following along with Karn's Ground Slam Slayer build. For this build, we start as duelists. If you take this node, Precise Technique, without thinking, you'll miss that it has a condition. Accuracy must be greater than life. To fix this, buy a Precision Aura gem. You might even need to find some gear with plus accuracy. Be sure to check on this regularly just in case your accuracy dips below your life. Speaking of auras, we got some mana reservation nodes here as well. Take these early, because I know once you start stacking auras mid-campaign, you start to feel a bit mana-starved. There's a reason why we are using axes, and it's because early on we take Hatchet Master at the bottom of the tree. And then, as we start finishing the campaign, we take Slaughter on the left side of the tree. Now, I'd love to talk more about the passive tree, but I'll save that for another video. Tip number 4, shift attack your slams. When you click your slam on an enemy and it's too far, you will walk to melee range before casting the slam. This can occur if you see enemies coming in at the edge of your screen and are just spamming your slam skill. But your slams cascade so far forward that, in effect, it's kind of a range skill. So what you really want to do is slam the ground rather than a specific enemy. The best way to do this is hold shift, which keeps your character in place. Then you can click your slam skill anywhere on the screen and it will slam in that direction immediately without your character moving. Make sure your aim is good enough though. If the enemy gets close, you might as well just click on them. Tip number 5, do Heist when you get to Act 6. My last tip is going to be more of a general one for any build. When you get to Act 6, your resistances are nerfed. You gotta make sure your resistance stats are on point. Do a serious gear check on yourself. You should already have your crafting bench in your hideout to add resistances to your gear. But you better have the currency to pay for it. If you need more basic currency during the campaign, I highly recommend doing Heist. You have to get to Act 6 before it unlocks. Find a smuggler's cache somewhere and grab the items inside. Use the rogue marker to go to the Heist area. Hopefully you can afford to buy a couple contracts from the barber and run them. I recommend the lockpicking and brute force ones. Should give you a boost in basic currency and even drop some good items. I want to do a separate video on Heist, so I'll leave it at that for now. If you want to see that future video and more Path of Exile content, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.